Hi everyone, it's Jebro. There's another engineer build coming to you right now, and it's going to be the core engineer. Before we get going, make sure you go to the bottom right hand corner, click the bell, get the alerts going for when new videos come out. Chuck a like if you like this video and subscribe as well to the YouTube channel. Appreciate it very much. If you do want to see these build videos a lot earlier, well, when I say a lot earlier, I mean 2 days. I've got a Patreon tier where you can basically get 2 days early access to the builds. It also supports me a little bit if you fancy doing that. It's for the $5 tier on Patreon, which is below patreon.com/Jebro. And yeah, we're going to get on with the build video. Thanks again for watching. The scrapper video is doing really well, so I kind of get that you want me to do engineer videos more. This is 2v2 build and core engineer. Having a look at the explosives trait line again, there's some different options you can try in here as well. And let's get straight to it. This is going to be pretty quick. I'm going to show you. Today there actually was a lich form nerf. 10 seconds in lich form now rather than 20, which is really good. They also nerfed the signet, which is giving them extra life force as well. I think they've halved it actually, the amount of life force they gain every 1 or 2 seconds or whatever it was. So there is some good news. Now one of the reasons I built this in the first place was to deal with lich. And was I was playing duos with my buddy, shout out to A Gamer, and basically he was doing the damage and I was just supporting him in that damage and buffing him up, as well as, you know, offering up a ton of AoE and just cleave and blinds and healing and stuff like that. So with the 2v2s you do see some support, and there is sometimes just a full up support, and then there's just the damage dealer, and then there's just burst damage. And, you know, there's different comps. It's still early in the 2v2. I've only been out for about a week and a bit. And yeah, it's just been fun to just play a ton of new builds. Hence why I've released a ton of new build videos. I'm also playing these on twitch.tv/JebroUni, as well as a ton of other games and other MMOs as well. So if you do want to come and support, come and check out the channel. Come and watch. And those Patreon videos as well, go up 2 days earlier than when they come out on YouTube, and then I pop a little premiere up and I sit in there and chat to a couple of people. I did it today just as a test, and yeah, it was a pretty good experience. So if you want to come and join those as well, let me know if you have any questions about any of that, and let's go. So Paladin's Amulet, as well as the Rune of Resistance, which gives us toughness and minus incoming condition duration. There is revs, being some Condi revs at the moment, and there's Condi Necros, and I think Condi Necros are going to be a little bit more around than Lich Form. Lich Form is still ridiculous, but this has got a little bit of everything, you know. I've got the Paladin's Amulet for toughness, because obviously, you know, versus power, they'll do a little bit less damage, and I can get my HP back anyway. I've still got 20k HP right there because of the Vitality as well from Paladins. Pistol with shield. Core NG only has the shield and the pistol, but is the only option. So pistol is just there. It's more for utility. Confusion is good, because, you know, they can do a little bit more damage to themselves. And with on top of the reflecting projectiles from turrets and whatnot, which we'll see soon, there's a little bit extra damage against that target if you get that confusion off. And we've got poison as well, which offers some pressure. Bleeds there, I guess. But the poison is nice, obviously reducing that heal by 33%, which is pretty good. So, and we've got shield and whatnot as well, but I'm going to go through this quickly. Sigil of Cleansing is going to be on your pistol, and then Sigil of Energy is going to be over on your shield. Of course, it's just on the weapon swap. Doesn't matter whatever way you want to put it around. This is going to give us a bit more energy to get this bar a little bit more full up, so we can get more dodging in for the trait lines. And the reason why that is because we're going explosives and we're going explosive entrance. So your first attack explodes, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Your first attack when entering combat explodes, dealing damage to nearby foes. This ability refreshes after a dodge roll. Now, the reason I've taken explosives is for fun, people. Alright? It's for fun. Okay? I'm just using it for fun. And Blast Shield is something that I've been using a lot. That gets you barrier. I wanted to try out Rocket as well, because there's been some changes in explosives. You've got the Orbital Strike in there as well. And you've got a ton of just different stuff that I wanted to try out. It helps as well get a little bit more damage, and it gives me a lot of Fury as well. Fury is something which is permanently available in this build, and it's bloody lovely. Look at that. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, get extra 20% critical chance, and on this build it's not bad, you know, because we're on Paladins, so we're still doing some damage. So let's have a look. Explosive entrance, of course, you're going to be doing that vulnerability as well as blindness. And then gaining fury when you hit a foe with explosion. That is permanent. I'm going to show you right now. So have a look at my boons just in the bottom, around here. It's pretty permanent. The reason why I say permanent is there's an ICD of 3 seconds, top right hand corner of that tooltip. The fury is for 4 seconds. So you are pretty much getting permanent fury. It doesn't even end before the end of the actual boon comes out. I expect that to be changed at some point in time. But obviously, you know, the thing is you're not always just going to be spamming bombs. That's the thing. And then we get vulnerability on those explosions. On aim-assisted rockets, so fire a seeking rocket at your foe. So critical hits, and launch a missile at your target after enough missiles have been fired. An orbital strike is called instead. That's going to be 4 missiles. Until orbital strike right there. Now again, you know, this is optional. If you want more survival, go for barrier. Gain vitality based on the percentage of your gain barrier on and Jesus Christ. Explosive entrance grants barrier. Gain vitality based on the percentage of your power. Wow. So obviously pretty nice. As power is 10%, barrier is 340. Still, you know, you won't be renewing explosive entrance as much as you would be if you were taking tools with this, because you're not able to get the whole speeder kits thing going down with the extra vigor regeneration for your energy bars. So that's why I haven't really taken that. But you can take it, and it does still. You are able to get a fair amount of dodge out on this build, but you can change things up and maybe change the build around how you want to play it and stick that kit. That tools bar in there, but you're gonna have to switch it with a major trait line around here, which may not make it work with that build, and it would probably be this, and it would just be completely different, and it would snowball out of control, and everything would explode, fire, death, and burning. Anyway, shape charge, deal more damage for each stack of vulnerability on your target, and then we've got flashbang. So explosive entrance inflicts blindness when it hits. Additionally, it dazes foes above the health threshold. Again, there's a 1 second daze, but there is no cooldown. There is no ICD on this. It's just really, again, you know, about getting that explosive entrance. And again, you know, when I talk about this build and thinking about it, I'm not getting a massive amount of vigor regen other than from just kind of the sigil, really. There isn't a much else. Again, you know, I could go for invigorating speed. You could, because you do have, of course, the elixir gun, which is going to give you some nice speed as well. So that, you know, you have got that swiftness there. So when you gain swiftness, you also gain vigor. So, hello. Saying that, see if that's actually working. That's interesting. See if it's working. There you go. It wasn't bouncing up back onto me. So we got the vigor there. So don't forget, we can use that every so often, get some vigor back. But again, you know, it's vigor for 5 seconds and it's 50% regeneration. It's not too bad. What's the cooldown on that actually? It's 10 seconds. Okay, that's not too bad. We can use it again in a minute. Anyway, you got flashbang, so you can get some blindness on your target for 3 seconds, so the next outgoing attack misses, obviously, and then you can get a daze as well, which is always nice. So, nice little cheeky amount of blind. So there's a lot of CC in this build. That's a little part of it, you know. And if you want to get that swiftness going, pull out your old E-gun. It's all good. Inventions. Anyway, I'm really like going through this build and talking about every single tiny little thing, but I think that's what you want. Anyway, it's kind of what you want. I haven't been doing this for years, you know. Still chatting rubbish halfway through the build video. Inventions. Cleansing pulse. Using a healing skill triggers a cleansing pulse every 10 seconds. Cooldown, that is. Overshield. Now, this again is something, you know, you can choose between, because overshield shield skills gain reduced recharge and grant protection to nearby allies. Protection on new gains increased damage reduction. So protection minus 40% incoming damage. Effectiveness increased by 20%. Number of allies is 5, and 2v2 is only you and your allies, so it's only 2. And don't forget, we're hitting up this anti-corrosion plating, which is when we gain protection with cleanse conditions, and that is for us and allies around us. So it is pretty nice for that extra condition removal as well. But you can go for automated medical response, which is going to give us a little bit more of a bubble and an extra heal when we need it, because there might be a lot of bursts coming out from a necro or from other classes as well, and you might need that other extra heal. Now, some of these cooldowns are really long, but sometimes 2v2s can last a little while. But, you know, I mean, matches, I've got videos of like 6 to 8, 10 minutes or something of like to win 3 games in a row. So you probably won't get to use it more than twice anyway. And it's pretty good. I would just play around with it, see how it works for you. I use the blindness actually a lot more than anything. I'm using, you know, it's actually, if I don't pick these two, these 3 are actually pretty good for this build. You've got Overshield, which is give protection, which is going to give you condition removal. You've got your automated medical response, which is going to give you an extra bubble versus projectiles, i.e. Necro, but Lich has been nerfed today, so they might not be around as much. And then you get a blind, another blind. So drop a smoke bomb when you are disabled. Again, you know, something else to think about. So that is really up to you. Reconstruction enclosure, grant protection to nearby allies when you use a healing skill. Obviously very nice, and it works quite nicely with automated medical response as well, because of that extra cooldown. But that is 2 minutes there. It's quite a lot. Experimental turrets. So turrets create a reflective barrier when built and grant boons to allies around them on a regular interval. So we are going to see again, we've got Thumper Turret, and that pulses protection every 10 seconds. So, you know, it's able to remove a couple of conditions. It's able to remove conditions every 10 seconds, one condition, if you're hovering around it and it's not been destroyed. And you want to leave that up. I don't know if you do. And also with your heal, you gain protection. You gain protection with with shield skills as well. Not in combat currently, so that didn't work. But yeah, it's a nice mix. The reason that didn't work as well, sorry everyone, was because Overshield isn't currently up. I'll show you in a sec. I'm out of combat. But you basically get protection. You can remove more conditions as well. It's pretty fun. It goes that cheeky little orbital strike right there.
Such might.
Actually can get a fair amount of might as well at times, depending if I do it right. You know what I missed? I've missed bombs for so long. It made me think about Teldo. Bless him. Used to be playing that engineer. He was a good man. Just that guy. Like that knock up as well. See, Thumper Turret is really nice in that situation. Really, really nice. Especially when people haven't got stability. Thumper Turret is really nice at slamming it down just when you're trying to get that down, that spike in the down body. It's beautiful. Knock him up. Knock the enemy is trying to revive up as well. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so there you go. You got Overshield there. We've got the experimental turrets as well. Don't forget that the heal turret is going to give you Vigor right there. The heal turret is going to give you Vigor, not regeneration. Which would make more sense. But I actually kind of prefer that. So actually thinking about it, there is another sense of Vigor here, and it's with that healing turret. So you do get a little bit more to give you that explosive entrance a little bit more. Healing power is increased while you have regeneration. You get regeneration from various sources. I guess healing mist is one of them as well. Also, there is, just thinking about where else we don't get much regeneration from the heal as well. We get a little bit more around the build in various places. And then we go to finally anti-corrosion plating. So when you grant protection to an ally, like I said before, cleanse conditions, you get it from the heal, you get it from, and that's through the trait line, sorry, you get it from the Thumper Turret, you get it from shield skills if you're using Overshield. If you're not and you're using the heal, you know, you're still going to get a fair amount of protection anyway. But, you know, shield's going to give you extra protection, which is really, really nice. So there's condition removal, there's CC. As you go through this build, there's also blocking, reflecting of projectiles from the domes. It's very supportive in that fact. So let's talk about Alchemy now as well. So Lesser Elixir B. So drink a lesser elixir B when struck below the health while below the health threshold of 75%. That's going to give you a ton of boons. It gives you swiftness and whatnot as well. Invigorating speed, when you gain swiftness, you also gain vigor. So that's the option to try and help you get back that explosive entrance, and that is going to be with that E-gun. So if we use this right here, we get the bounces right, we are going to be able to get that swiftness and the vigor back as well, which is actually, you know, pretty damn good for regenning that explosive entrance a little bit more. And that cooldown is about 8 seconds. So if you're low on the energy and you want to get that back quickly, even to just dodge as well, it's pretty nice to just pack that in every so often if you possibly can. Remember to try and switch into E-gun when you can, get that swiftness off, extra boons, and which is going to also give you that vigor back as well through the swiftness. Otherwise, gain protection. Again, more protection, more condition removal. If your versus power as well, that's going to help obviously take away the extra 33% of damage on those abilities. So make sure you actually, you know, depending on what your verse is, if your verse is condition damage, change it maybe to protection. If you change, you know, if you got more of a power build you're against, maybe change it to invigorating speed. You know, think about with the comp your verses. There is a lot of different things you can change. Don't forget you can change as well things like the Paladin's Amulet, resistance, things like that you can change depending on what your verse is. You know, resistance is versus mainly Condi. I mean, the Necro still puts out a ton of extra conditions as well, and I've been against so many Condi classes that that's what it's about. You know, I'm gonna actually make sure this guy gets up. Oh no, he's okay. He's gonna be fine. But there's loads of options. It's really, really fun to play as well. People are like, you know, if you don't win, they're like, oh, you're not doing any damage. If you win, it's like, oh, you're doing so well with your support and your CC. So you're going to get trashed on the chat no matter what. It doesn't matter. It's just like, it just depends if you win or lose. And that's just the way it is in PvP anyway, to be fair. Lesser Elixir C, drink Lesser Elixir C as well when you reach threshold of conditions affecting you, which is 2. Emergency elixir, drink an elixir E when you struck while below the health threshold. You gain barrier, and then you gain protection again, which is going to help you to remove some of those conditions. Very passively removing conditions through 3 of these traits. And then we've got compounding chemicals. So heal yourself when you grant yourself a boon, and gain increased concentration. You only get healing of 37, concentration plus 75 though, which is a bit nice, nicer. Purity of Purpose, really, here you've got a couple of choices. When you would cleanse a condition from an ally, convert it into a boon. So you're going to be converting a lot of boons on yourself and your ally as well, different times when you're offering protection, as well as Iron Blooded. So this is why, you know, the shield just might be a little bit better to take at different times. And I will make a video maybe of both, and you maybe can analyze how many boons I get and whatnot, and just tell me how it looks in the chat. I think we'll probably do that. We'll probably make 2 build videos. Hey, why not? Yeah, so Purity of Purpose, that's pretty much the end. When you would cleanse a condition from an ally, convert it into a boon instead. And boom, there's pretty much the build. And don't forget we've got Rune of Resistance right there, the toughness minus condition duration. And we gain resistance for 4 seconds after activating an elite skill. Don't forget that this has got no cooldown. But the actual rune does 20 seconds. Every 20 seconds you're able to gain resistance. That's not too bad as well, for 4 seconds. So, you know, you've got 16 seconds without it, as long as you're flipping into that every so often. Don't forget you can get things. You can get auras out of this build as well. So aura, frost aura, for example, chill foes that make you that strike you only once per second though for each attacker. Incoming damage is reduced by 10%. So if you got protection on you, for example, and you pull this out and you pop out your thingamajig. Wow. I massively failed there. I massively failed. We'll do it again in a sec. It's going to be okay. Oh, good lord. You can't tell it's late, can you, whatsoever? Let's just make sure I've got my shield cooldown back. Okay. As an example, gain AoE Frost Aura as well. So extra 10% damage not coming onto you as well. Don't forget that auras, there are other auras out there as well. Light Aura, Fire Aura, everything else. So, you know, if you see those potential combo blasts available, you've got a lot of blasts. You've got a blast on your shield. If you pop this off once, then again, that's a blast. Don't forget you've got Orbital Strike. You've even got the rumble as well if you don't want to use it. If you want to use it to get, I mean, it's a big cooldown. I wouldn't use it for that. I would use it for a break stun, but if you really want to blast, you can. Don't forget you got turrets as well that are going to be able to blast. There's combo finisher blast when you use, obviously, the detonate as well, which is pretty damn good. And it is blasting away a bit as it goes. And you've still got that blast as well on the healing turret. You've got even a blast as well from big old bomb. So you've got a fair amount. You do also have the Stow Elixir, sorry, you've got the Elixir gun and you've got the 4th blast skill on the acid bomb, the 4th skill on your E-gun. So don't forget, you've got all of these things. So you can, like, you could even stack it, I guess, if you want. But, you know, that would have to be, I would actually use the right ability. But hey ho, you knew that when I said it. It's okay. There you go, we got a little bit of extra, we got a little bit of aura there. So, you know, there's different ways for you to get that. What's the cooldown on that as well? It's actually pretty low, 20 seconds, that's not too bad. And again, the resistance. So there's, you can see that there is a lot of defense as well through this. It's just about remembering those cooldowns for your abilities, remembering where you're getting these sources. And after a while, you know, if you've been playing engineer for a while, you know all this and it's automatic. And people are like, you know, how do you remember to do this, that, the other? And it's just kind of muscle memory almost to a degree, and just remembering all of the abilities that come with it. I suppose that's why my engineer videos probably do better than my other videos, because my knowledge of engineer is actually pretty good. It is, and I've been playing it for a while, and it should be. But yeah, so it's, I've come up with some horrible builds in the past, you know, the turret NG, I'm sorry. That video was me, and that was me who made that popular. But anyway, sorry. So, you know, I've got it in me to make some horrible CC builds, so, you know, maybe I'm qualified to do this. I think I am. Anyway, so don't forget as well, E-gun there. Bomb kit is really, really useful for several reasons. Don't forget, you are always putting vulnerability on your target. There's an immobilize and a cripple on the glue bomb. The smoke bomb is going to give you blindness, as well as obviously the vulnerability. But don't forget, if you pop that down, when the field comes up, get the blast off and you get a little bit of stealth. You can reposition yourself as well. And if you double it up with the heal, you can do that. And obviously at the start of the fight in 2v2s, you can actually stealth for a little bit of time as well, to just make sure that you can get in a position which is more advantageous to you, or even just so that you can line of sight early and they're not sure where you actually are. So it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. There is obviously the fire field as well. If you blast that, you're able to gain yourself a little bit of might, of course, as well. So, you know, that's always something to think about. A decent amount of might stacks from just 2 blasts. Obviously, it's going to give you a 6, so give you a little bit of extra damage there to yourself and an ally. What else is there? I forget you've got a bit of a heal on your elixir shell, so you do have, obviously it's going to be a water field. Heals around you. You can blast it again. Different things, whatever you want. You get free blasts off there without even really trying. And again, that gives you a lot of AoE healing to you and your teammates. Don't forget to pull that out. Even if you are pretty much topped off, help your ally. Don't necessarily use your healing turret, because that's going to be for you as well. I would pull out things like the elite mod, pull out like the Immortal kit, use that regenerating mist as well, because you know you are able to get that off and you've got a little bit of a water field just for a little bit of time, and you're able to pull out a little bit of AoE healing right there as well. So don't forget these nice little combos that come out with your builds in engineer and everything else, because these things can really help you, especially if you're in low HP fights, and you just need a little bit of extra healing. You haven't got your healing turret up, and you've got the blasts there, you know, you've got them to use, and you've got, you know, if you haven't got your shield, you haven't got anything else, you want the heal, you don't think they're going to be able to pull out a stun or anything like that, which you're gonna need rumble for. You can even pull out that rumble if you really desperately need to. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the build video, guys. Use it to support your teammate. Also use it to do damage. You can do a lot of damage with this build, you know. You can actually do it, and it's pretty fun to play. I've been enjoying playing this just in PvP, and you know, when I say do damage, it's not a crazy amount, but you're able to survive a lot. You're able to put a lot of condition removal out to your body as well. You've got utility for resin. You've got lots of CC, and the CC is really good, taking out basically both opponents as well, and it's really good for your res utility. It's just all around pretty fun to play with a ton of combos. And yeah, this core NG. So hell, why not? Guys, I've been Jebro. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.